Hello everyone and welcome to Plants and Other Things. This is my first proper video, even though I am very clearly using a basic set of headphones. So, no plans for this video. I kind of want to grab a few things in my plant collection and passionately talk about them. The caveat being, I am new to all of this. I am not going to speak as if I am an authority on care or certainly the science behind these things. Without further hesitation, let's get to admiring some plants. So these are new to me because unfortunately all of my palms succumbed to spider mites. And it was very difficult for me because I adored my bamboo palm, my lady palms, my parlor palm. So in the 3 months that I had at least my bamboo palm, it attracted every known indoor house pest. After having used diatomaceous earth, as well as beneficial predatory mites, as well as neem oil, it was just too much money and too much work, and it was beginning to affect my other plants. And unfortunately, again, because I'm new to all of this, that meant half of my collection was gone. Now, I bought all of these before all of that happened, the day before all of that happened, but this was in response to a panic attack that I had. But instead of not to be so dour, but instead of drinking or to engage in any sort of other risky behavior, I was like, let me just buy several dozen cacti. I know that's dark, but kind of for levity, hopefully you can hear the joy in my voice now that I'm on the other end of it. It was a really bad mental health day, and I just wanted the cacti. I'm frazzled. I'm absolutely everywhere. I apologize. Again, no script for this thing. But you can see on my anthurium, and actually if it catches the light, you can certainly see it. It was also being eaten by the spider mites. So it was just everything. This is the only plant I kept from that infestation because I could so readily chop off the affected areas and then take it into the shower. But it is giving me lovely new growth, and I am sure that this leaf is going to be the prettiest yet. My lucky bamboo, which I had just bought at an art fair, was also infested. But moving away from that, because I don't want to exist there, of course, let's talk about the cacti. So this one is one of my favorites. Well, if I'm being honest, they're all one of my favorites. And it is, I believe this is Gymnocalycium marquesii. And I have not had to water it yet. Actually, I've only needed to water this one, which I can show you. I watered it in the evening last night, and I'm still concerned about it, just because it was the first time I've watered a cactus, making sure I didn't overwater it and hurt it. But this is, I believe, Gymnocalycium horsei. And I love it. And I think it's going to give me a flower. And I'll try to get B-roll of that so you can clearly see it. But it looks, to my eyes, like it's getting ready to bloom. What else? Oh, I know what I can show you. But I want to be quick about it so I can enjoy all of the sun. Be very careful. Look at this. A big barrel cactus, and the pot's nice and warm from basking in the sun. There we go. That's the shot. But I absolutely adore this as well. Just fascinating structures on these plants, aren't they? I don't want to say they look alien because I don't know. That kind of skews racist because there are plenty of people in this world who grew up around these, and it's as natural to them as an oak tree is to me. But in not having grown up in a desert, I'm absolutely fascinated by them. Aren't they lovely? Just so complex. You know what? As it pertains to the cacti, I can show you a few supplies that I bought. I bought these to handle them, and I think that they're lovely. They kind of match my tattoos, where it just looks like I already do. I really want to take advantage of this beautiful light that's coming in. I also got these silicone tongs, and I love the colors on this. It reminds me very much of the year 2001. But yeah, just colors upon textures upon textures. That's what I'm going for, even though this is a little industrial, but you know, this is a means to these, and this can be replaced and put elsewhere in the home. Oh yeah, I guess that is something. I installed a grow light system, and that's another thing that I guessed on, and I'll get B-roll of all of this. I also have a snake plant, and it is not a beautiful specimen. But yeah, a little worse for wear, but aren't we all? So it's gonna exist in full sun, full sun, because I know this to be an African plant. And I know Africa is an entire continent, but I think this comes out of West Africa. I think I've got that correct. And if I haven't, you'll never see this. But it looks like it's working on a new little leaf in there, which is exciting. I can't really show you without spilling all of the soil out. But yes, so there's that. Oh, I know what I can show you. This one is a succulent. I mean, the snake plant was also a succulent, but this is an accidental succulent that I own because it came with a different plant. So I ordered more varieties of pothos online. Those are all dead, but in the soil, there was this little mystery plant, which I now know it to be mother of, I believe, thousands. It's still early days. It's still quite small, so I can only make the beginnings of some details that would tell me if it's mother of millions or mother of thousands. But yes, so I decided to throw the plants that I had ordered away because they were terrible, and I suppose it was my first succulent. So there we are on that one. I think that's a lovely little story, right? Okay, what else? You know, I could show you more propagations. You know, I didn't want to make a big thing of it, but you're seeing me say it again and again, that I received all of these plants with a lot of cosmetic damage on all of them. So it wasn't the grandest order, but I didn't want to, you know, I don't want to, you know, so I had to propagate a few of them. This one is a Euphorbia bioensis, and it was significantly taller. I took about the first third off, but there was so much damage at the base that I knew it would affect the plant forever, right? That was a weak point, that as the plant grew and became larger and top heavy, because it's, I believe the term is columnar, that might become a problem. So I chopped the top off and then I propagated it. And I've done the same for my opuntia, which is a prickly pear. I haven't checked their roots, but they have given me no issues, so I'm just going to assume that they are healthy. They haven't sagged or shrunk. I used a little more organic material on this pot. Again, I am not an authority. This is not advice, but I'm talking through my intuition as I'm new to all of this, right? So it's a bit of a journal entry for me, right? Like, what was I thinking a few months into this new hobby of mine? That sort of thing. But I knew that because they were propagations, they needed a little more access to water than these established plants. I kept some regular potting soil in this chunky, rocky mix. I think that was the correct move. Again, I'm just going on intuition. I didn't look that up, but that is my guess. I'm going to do a little reorganizing just so everything's symmetrical. I think I have undiagnosed obsessive compulsive disorder, and I'm navigating all that. I'm trying to get appointments made. I feel like I'm oversharing, but I've gone through some stuff, as you can tell. I mean, as you can tell. I had initially bought these for my pinguicula, and that was a mistake. Which means I now have a lot of very beautiful pots for succulents that I do not have, and I'm not looking to increase my collection at this time, you know, capping myself at a cozy 20, which still sounds crazy to me. You know, there are more cacti to talk about, there's other plants to talk about, but in this being the first proper video, unscripted, I think it's fine to end it here, save those for a later day. I hope everyone has a good day. Goodbye.